Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to our Japanese playthrough with me, your host, Lucky Marine, in Europa Universalis 4. We have just finished a fight with Malacca where we took his provinces that were in the Malaccan trade node. Because as Japan, we had our center of trade in Nippon. The place where we collected all of our money. However, we have decided to take out Malacca and collect in the Malaccan node, which has turned out to be quite profitable actually in the long term. Let's have a quick look of our trade. It's not. About a quarter of our income comes from trade. It is going to get better when all this gets turned to our religion, especially when we have our culture or an accepted culture, and it's all code, and we've taken at least this off Brunei. But long term, we need the whole of the island of Brunei as well. Right, we'll get you fixed, because you seem to be struggling. Whilst you're in port, we'll upgrade 2 of the ships that need upgrading. We may have even stolen a couple of these off the Malaccans. Right. And we will... Wow. Wow. It's a good job we had a damn claim on it. Wow. Well, powerful provinces. They're going to bring in lots of good stuff. Lots and lots of good stuff. Let us get up to the point where we're breaking even on corruption. Let's bring the maintenance all the way down. Wow, even all the way down. Need to go all the way down in order to make money. Actually, no, we can pay off a loan which will give us... No, we can't. 1,042. Every time we have to retake out these loans, we're just getting more and more interest on them. We need these paid off ASAP. We could do without this fort though, so let's get rid of it. When I checked, when I checked last time, the institution spread around Malacca. They had a few provinces that had the institution that we're going for, so that might have added to. Or maybe not. Maybe it gets kicked out when you take over. So maybe if we took this from Brunei, I don't know. If we take, well, we'll find out. If we take this from Brunei and it suddenly turns red, then we'll know that taking provinces that have the tech fully embraced doesn't really count. You can't eat your way into an institution by conquest. I don't know, you might be able to. Right, we are converting the Malaccan node. It might be cheaper to go elsewhere, but I want all this. Our culture, our religion. And we have, of course we have exiled armies, because we were going to give all this to our dude here. It's a Japanese Maxru, but we couldn't really. How are you with... Portugal has turned into... Oh no, they're a subject of Portugal. They're a subject of Portugal. They will be considered a co-belligerent but will not be able to call in their own allies, which means that Britain will not get involved. This. Oh, this is our next war, but we have so much overextension. It's going to take ages for us to come in. We'll keep an eye on it because we want Louisiana. That's what we were going for. Right. We were going to go for Louisiana and then add a few more provinces to it so that we can get the extra trader. How are our colonists doing? Yep, they're making Alaska bigger so that we can get this extra merchant. But to get that from Alaska and then snipe this from Portugal, an extra 4 merchants makes a big difference. Overextension is high, yes, I know. Loans, yes, we know. Estates demand control of provinces. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, shall we? Well, we'll see what we can give the nobility. I want to give all this to the merchants, if anyone. I want to give all this to the merchants. I can give this to the nobility because I don't think these are in the node that we care about. They're in the canton node, I believe. Yeah, the canton. And we don't bounce anything in or out of the canton node. So we'll give this to the nobility. Okay. As for the merchants, we will give you this because you're in the Hanzu node. And we will give you more of Malacca. Hopefully, yeah, 81%, 40, 40, 40, 32, 28. We can't give them these because we haven't turned them into proper states yet. We won't be able to turn them into states because I think we're at 39 of 40 on the state count. Yep, it's going to take another 2 techs to get up to here. If you have a look, the next tier of states will be allowed another 3, but that's a level 20. It's another 3 techs, and I don't want to be taking tech whilst 46% penalty. Okay, alright. How about giving dev cost and trade efficiency? That trade efficiency is going to do us really well. Alright. Is there anything that we can take off the clergy? Anything that we can take off the clergy that they won't mind relinquishing control of. Anything that's got down to 25% autonomy. Stuff in Korea. 25%. We'll take that off, that's going to be expensive. Oh no, it's not. And again, they're not too bothered with that. Anything in the home region? No. This stuff up here, yeah, it has got down to 25%, but it's fairly useless to for what we need it for. If they want control of it, they can have control of it. I'll give it to them. Even this, maybe. It's only going to give them a difference of 0.3. Now we'll keep it. If people are mad, then we'll use this land over here, maybe. Once states are here, this one here, this up here, to abate them for a while. But anything that's trade related, we want going to the merchant classes. So anything in the Hanzhou node, anything in the Malacan node, especially the places with estuaries and coastal centres of trade, put them straight into the merchant guilds, because local trade power of plus 50%. I mean, the goods produced is good as well, but that trade power, that extra trade power on top of it already having plus 10 from the local province modifier. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what the fallout is from that last war, because these people are going to be mad. Yep. Lost against Malacca because we don't have any claims on them anymore. We have a colonialism against Portuguese Louisiana, but we can't yet because we are too far over. 94%, yep. Let's see what the fallout is. Wow, they don't like us. But how are they on the mainland? They're not too bad, actually. They're not too bad. That's not bad at all. Why are these? I can imagine why Yarkand might. But why does Multan have more? I'm more pissed off than say Vernon, Divet, or even Pajang, Majapahit down here. Do you want to be friends? No, he doesn't want to be friends. No, he's hostile. Views us with open hostility. Well, you better be careful where you place those eyes with open hostility in them. Last time someone openly hostilized us, we ended them. Right, we'll wait for these to fully finish, and we'll get the whole fleet out. Protecting trade. They don't need to be protecting trade, but I really should bring the galleys off and mothball them. I really should. It'll save us money. I'll do that. Discovered an agent. Some discontent. It's alright. I'll do that. It will save us some money in the long term. The cogs, not the bothered about mothballing the cogs. They can go out and add to the bulk of the trade fleet. At least it'll keep them safe and it'll keep them local. What sort of money are we making now? Yeah, we were making more, but essentially we spent money to get points, and I think long term that is going to help us more than having actual money in the bank, he says, with his loans. Okay, one more tick, two more ticks, and we'll get you out there. One more tick. There we go. Protect trade in Malacca. Right, we'll see what the difference is. 54% at 32 turns into 70% at 41. Wow. But what has that done for the trade node up here? Because we needed them before in the Hangzhou trade. What? We needed them over here in order to drag this trade out, because we didn't have that much of a percent. But even so, I suppose it's the rise of urban culture. Lose ducats, but dip tech cost goes down by 15% till the death of that dude. Any other time, probably yes. With the amount of loans that we have, no. We're already behind on the institutions, on this institution thing. So even minus 15%, I still wouldn't take it. On Diplotech, yeah, that would give us a minus 25. It still wouldn't offset this 46%. I still wouldn't be giddy about taking it. It doesn't excite me. Let's get rid of our loans. Let's get rid of the loans. So yeah, I think it's because we've got more people pulling stuff out. So maybe they've got their fleets there as well. But that works well for us. Okay, we can make one more state, I think. What are we losing claims on? Oh, losing claims on you. I think we got this before the war on Liang, I think. Before the coalition war kicked off. And we dabbled with taking stuff off you, but we settled for things that were inside, that well, taken from our rival. Speaking of rival, what's our power projection like? Okay, can we insult somebody? Can we insult perhaps? Who are we rivaled with? Barmanis, Ayutthaya. Well, Barmanis, I will insult you. I think that gives us 5, which will just keep us higher a little bit longer. Yep, by 5. That's all good. That is all good. And we will carry on. What kind of impact is this trade having now? It's a lot better. Almost a third of our income now comes from trade, as opposed to, I think it was just below a quarter. So that's good. And I think we can now embargo. We can. Embargo your rivals, always important. The fact that I can embargo both of them at the same time means we have lazy diplomats, which is bad. I should have had them doing something, anything. Barmanis, Ayutthaya. Get embargoed, people. Holy Roman Empire have elected. So Austria is still retaining control of the Holy Roman Empire. How far along are you with any of these? None. Call for Reichsreform. Call for Reichsreform. And you're losing authority. Yeah. It's very rare that they do more than one, which is a shame, I suppose. I'd like the AI to be able to march their way down here a lot more efficiently than they do. Usually it's only a human player that gets anything down here, anything worthwhile having. Now let's go on. We do have lazy diplomats. What are our claims? Might as well get another claim on Brunei. It's going to be a while until we're at war, but we might as well get that going. Where else? Maybe even Ayutthaya? They do have these provinces that are in my node. We'll go for it. And we'll keep one diplomat free. And we will pay off, hopefully, another loan, which will give us a big chunk of income. 14 rises to 17. Good. This interest that's coming down every single time. 5 legitimacy, which will tick up, or 5 prestige, which is ticking down slowly because of the advice that we took. We'll go for the legitimacy. That is actively ticking up, whereas prestige is actively ticking down. And we're not going to be at war for a while because we have all of this to call. Makes me violently sick. Lose prestige. No, lose legitimacy. I know what I'm doing. Conversion is successful. We are still attempting to convert the entirety of Malacca. And that is my alarm, 25 months. Yeah, the sooner it's done, the sooner it's done. It's probably because we dumped a load of development into that county. So, in this episode, we have eliminated Malacca from their home area. We've relegated them off to the Philippines, where hopefully they will continue to take out, colonize for us, essentially. Next time we go to war, can we go to war? We can fabricate from there to these three. We can already fabricate on Brunei, but if Malacca takes either of these two, it means we can fabricate on them again. Okay. Brunei is... Actually, no. When we go to war with Brunei, if we take this here, we can fabricate on Malacca anyway. Okay, we're fine with that. But I don't want to be colonizing down here. I want them to colonize for us, and I want us to snipe the newly colonized areas, because newly colonized areas are very cheap. Very, very cheap. When we were in the war with Portugal and we took like the little islands from him, I think this one, Faroe Islands, not this, that's Fernando Po and San Tome. It was at 0 overextension for those. That's exactly how cheap they were. And this. It was about 4 or 5 provinces, and it mounted up to 0 overextension for each of them because they were so poorly developed. If we have a quick look, yeah. So we'll allow that to happen. We'll allow them to live. We'll allow them to colonize for us, whilst pushing them out of areas that matter. But for the time being, we'll sit on our hands. We'll pay off our... Is this? Fucking Ottomans. Stupid dirty Ottomans. They get everywhere. They're like a disease. I won't mind going back to war with the Ottomans now that we're on comparable tech. 24, 24, 23, he says. 17, 19, 21. As soon as we get that institution, as soon as we've done X, Y, and Z, as soon as we have paid off these loans, we're going to start bringing in a lot of money. I may even dump this for a level 1, just so we can turbocharge how much money we get in through the doors. So we can build a lot of manufacturers, we can build a lot of universities, we can get up to date on the tech. Oh. Okay, anyway, I have been Lucky Marine. You, as always, have been amazing. Join me in the next episode where we're just going to be claiming on people, really. I can imagine it being fairly boring. Our colonies are going to come in, but we're just going to send them back out to the Alaskan area. The next war, I think, might be on Portugal for this. It's going to be far enough away from these guys over here where they might not get affected by it. We'll see. We'll have to find out. And we're slowly getting through these quite expensive provinces. But they're quite expensive, but it just means they're going to bring a lot of good stuff in for us. Okay, I've been Lucky Marine. You, as always, have been amazing. I've already done the join me next time for X, Y, and Z and stuff. But do take care.